morning. I often have first-time buyers or even second-time buyers asking me what they should do before they make an offer on a house, what they should do before they even go looking for a property. This is my recommendation. First thing you do is you get an agreement in principle for the money. That is confirming how much you can borrow. Please don't rely on an algorithm that you get over the counter at the bank or just over the counter. And please don't rely on Google and a little search on there by just putting in what you earn and what your outgoings are. That's not an accurate agreement in principle. The amount of people I have who think they've got, say, 240, 250 to spend and find they've only got 210, 220, or actually can afford a lot more, like 300, 350, because it needs to be financially checked properly by an independent broker who can key in everything to do with your lifestyle. I had a client once who was absolutely certain that they could have a mortgage for £380,000, but when their bank, I won't name it, actually keyed in everything, including where they get their hair done and their gym fees and everything else, they said, no, you can only borrow this. And they said, but we're not having our hair done anymore. I don't care. I love that house. I'm going to grow my hair. I'm not going to go to the gym. I'm going to dig my garden instead. It was a real problem getting the mortgage. Sorting that out before you go house shopping is absolutely imperative for you to know exactly how much you've got to spend. Secondly, where's your deposit? Is it in an instant drawdown account? Is it tied up for a long period of time? Check how much deposit you've got. Check how long it takes to draw that down. It's really important when it comes to making offers on properties that you could say how much you've got and prove it, where your deposit is and show it, because a good agent will ask you those questions. Check your timings. See whether you're tied into a rental. You may be tied into a rental for 3 months. You may be tied in for 6 months. You may not be tied in at all. Your rental company might tie you in for a year, but say as long as they can find somebody to replace you, they're happy to release you. There may be charges associated with that. Check all of that out first. Again, if you are in March and you're tied into November, that's not a problem. Still go house hunting. But when you make your offer on a property, you can actually say all that to the agent at the time. So when you make an offer on a house, you can go, I've got my agreement in principle. I've got my deposit. I've checked with my rental company. I can be released on X date, so this will be fine. And whatever. It just saves an awful lot of problems later. Find a solicitor. It's useful to have a solicitor from day one. Ask your friends. Who did they use? Who did they hate? Get some recommendations, get some quotes. So when you make an offer on a property, you can say, again, here's my offer, here's my deposit, here's my timings, here's my lawyer. When you make an offer on a house, the estate agent is likely to say they need to do a financial services check, and you'll go, I don't need one. Here's my agreement in principle. I'm using this broker. I love this broker. She's great, he's great. It's entirely appropriate for them to do a financial services check. So they will take your offer and they'll give it to a broker that they use or they recommend for them to run the figures, because a lot of buyers haven't done the full agreement in principle check that you've just done, and they've relied on the Google check that they did on day one and find they actually can't afford it when it comes to it. So their financial broker will run through the figures very briefly with you. Only takes a few minutes, might hold up presenting your offer by a few hours, no more than that, so that when they ring the homeowner, they can say, Mary Smith, John Brown, made an offer on the house, agreement in principle, deposit, solicitor, timings, and we've had them financially verified they can afford your property. That puts your offer in the very best light possible. That's what I would recommend. Now, of course, they're financial brokers likely to pitch you for the business. And you may decide to go with them. You may like them more than the broker you've got, or you may stick resolutely to the broker you have. That's fine. But the important thing is they're able to ratify your offer, confirm it's affordable, and therefore you've got more chance of having your offer accepted. Finally, once you've had your offer accepted and you've confirmed the timings you wish to work to, then you'll need to look at your surveys, speak to some survey companies locally. They'll recommend what sort of survey you should have based on the property you're buying, and then you can rock on from there. Any questions you have, give me a call. You don't need to buy through me to talk to me. 07712 648 740. My time is free. I'm here. Give me a call. I'm more than happy to advise. That's it. Have a great day. Bye.